Hey guys, it's Heather from Kell of a Plan, and I know this video has been very delayed. Some of you are probably like, what happened to your kitchen remodel? Well, it's finally finished, and I finally get to make the video where I get to tell y'all all about our kitchen remodel. I want to apologize first if the sound is kind of echoey. I don't normally film videos from this far away, and I don't normally do it downstairs where the floors kind of cause it to echo a little bit more. So I apologize if this is echoey, but welcome to the finished Kell's kitchen. Several months ago, I made a video where I showed you guys how I made my Kell's kitchen notebook, and I told you guys that we were starting a kitchen remodel, and I wanted to take y'all along for the ride. And I made a few videos showing the process, and I think the last video I did was right after demo, and the kitchen was just empty. Well, it's obviously not empty anymore. It is finished. They finished about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was a much longer process than we had originally planned for. So originally we had planned, if you watch the first video in this series, we had planned for a kitchen remodel, and it was gonna be just our kitchen, and it was supposed to start in mid-March. Well, then in mid-February, we had the snowpocalypse here in North Texas, and we had a bunch of pipes freeze in this wall over here, and they busted and flooded our kitchen. The water went into our dining room. It went into the floors that are behind the camera. It ruined all the floors in our entire downstairs. So we had to get all the floors ripped up. We had to rip down all the cabinets and walls on this side. It damaged all of our bottom cabinets. It damaged our island. It was crazy. So our project then got bumped up to the beginning of March because we didn't have a kitchen at this point, and we had water that was gonna cause mildew and mold if we didn't get the floors ripped up. So we ended up starting the beginning of March, and it turned into not just a kitchen remodel, but basically a remodel of our whole downstairs. We ended up getting our whole downstairs painted. We got all new floors downstairs. These are things we weren't planning on doing, but we went ahead and did them while we were in the process. We had to get new floors, but the paint, we just went ahead and did while the house was a mess. So we went from it being a 4 to 6 week project to it took about 10 weeks total to get everything done. So if you're watching this and you're planning a kitchen remodel, I hope that you don't have a natural disaster that causes your project to be way more than you had originally anticipated like we did. But my first tip, if you're having a kitchen remodel, is to take the time that your contractors give you and be okay with the fact that it could possibly be longer than that. As a planner, that was really hard for me. You guys know I love to plan. I love to have a schedule. And so when it went way past that, it was really hard for me to let go of the timeline. But part of our extended timeline was due to the fact that we had to get a lot more work done than we had originally thought. And plus, just with lumber being hard to come by right now, and just the pandemic causing delays, it just took longer. But it was totally worth the wait, and I'm super excited because today I'm gonna kind of talk y'all through some of the things I learned. I've never done a remodel of any kind before, so I want to talk y'all through some of the things I learned during this remodel process, some tips that I would share with someone who might be embarking on the same thing. And I'm also going to reveal the kitchen. I'm going to show you all the little details, and I'm going to show you our pantry. I may even show you the whole downstairs, since basically the whole downstairs ended up getting remodeled. But first, I want to talk to you about some things I learned, some tips, some things I wish I had done differently, and stuff like that. So for starters, the beginning of this series, I made this notebook, and I made a bunch of printables that helps you to plan for a kitchen remodel. So I still stick to those planning pages like they were a lifesaver. And so if you go back to the first video in this series, there was a page on setting your budget. There was a page where you could print your inspiration photos, so that was really handy when we met with our contractors and when we interviewed different companies to show them pictures of what I wanted so that they could get a really good idea. I still loved basically all of my pre-planning pages. I loved. They really helped me. They helped me with interviewing different companies. They helped me with organizing the questions I wanted to ask and things like that. So like the pre-planning video, I still like totally suggest that video. If you're looking to do a remodel, go to that first video, print out the printables, they're free. And they were really great in helping me plan what I wanted from this project. In the next video, I shared some more printables where it was like things that we need to buy, because there was a couple of things that we had to buy and then give our contractor, and then there were certain things that our contractor bought and we paid him for. So I made a list of the things that we needed to buy. So some things that we bought and then gave our contractor is like the backsplash. We picked out our backsplash, we bought it, and we had it here when it was time to do the backsplash. We bought our sink, we bought our faucet, and we had it here when it was time to do the sink. We obviously bought our appliances. We also bought some of our cabinet inserts, and we bought our handles and our knobs, and those were all here for our contractor. And so that page I thought was really good because it helped me to keep track of the things that I needed to be purchasing. The schedule, I had like a potential timeline, and then the actual calendar. If I could do this again, I'd probably just throw it out the window. Like this, we didn't stick to this. When I originally did this, my plan was to write every week like what they planned on doing each week, but that never even held true. Like they would tell me they were going to be doing X, Y, and Z one week, and then that wouldn't actually get done until the next week, or they'd only do half of it. Like, so a schedule, I feel like you just kind of have to trust your contractor that they know the schedule and that they're going to get things done when they need to be done. And I think I wanted to micromanage it a little more than I needed to, and I just had to learn to be like, okay, they're going to do it when they're going to do it. So for me, I would just be like, don't even print that, but it's totally up to you. I also had a payment schedule printable, which was really nice for me because I was able to keep track of what we were paying them. And I also kept all of this right here. These are all different estimates that we got along the way, and our estimates changed as our project went, and so I liked to print all of them and have them together. And the reason they changed is, first off, you know, we were just going to do the kitchen, and then we had the flood, so we had to add more, so we had to get new estimates, and as we went, we kind of added more and more, but we also took some things away. And so that's another tip I'm going to tell you if you're in the middle of a kitchen remodel is your original estimate, you're probably going to end up spending more than that, because as the project goes on, you're going to realize different things that you want done that maybe weren't included in that original estimate. So when you get your original estimate, just remember to be flexible. Make sure you have some extra money to put into the project in case things come up as you go along. Like one thing that came up for us that we didn't even think about was our floors weren't level. And so when they had to put new flooring in, they also had to do like a leveler to level the floors before they had to put the flooring down. Now that was something that was covered by insurance since the flood is what ruined our floors. But if we were paying for that out of pocket, then that would be something that we hadn't planned for. So whenever you get your original estimate, just remember it's probably going to end up costing more than that. But you can also take things away as you go. Like we were originally supposed to have this really cool corner cabinet that was going to cost extra that ended up not working out, so that was taken out of our estimate. We were originally going to have a built-in bench over here in my sitting area, but we ended up taking that out because the project was taking a long time, and honestly, I was just ready for it to be done. So we took that out so that they could finish sooner. So that estimate's going to change, and I would suggest every time you get a new estimate, a new list of the things that you need to pay for, print it out and date it, and pop it into your planner, your kitchen remodel planner, so that you have it and it's constantly updated so that you know what you're paying as you go. I also have a section in the back of this notebook where I've kept all the receipts for different things that we paid for. I highly suggest that because then it's all in one notebook, and I'm going to also punch some of our appliance manuals and things like that, and I'm going to put it all in this notebook, and then this notebook is actually going to live in this cabinet over here so that it's always there in case we ever need it. So probably my biggest tip is to be flexible. And like I mentioned, this is my first remodel project that I've ever done. And so it was really eye-opening. I learned a lot as we went. And the biggest thing I learned was that when you hire a contractor to do this work for you, you have to trust them. And you can't micromanage them, and you can't control what they're doing. You have to trust that they know what they're doing and that they're going to get it done. But it's also okay to check in as you go along. Like, one thing that I wish I had done is I wish I had checked in on a few things as they went along. Like I mentioned earlier, we were supposed to have this corner cabinet. The way it was built, it wasn't built in a way that it would actually work. And so we didn't notice that until the project had gotten too far along to fix it. And so that was a little like, oh, whoops. So I do think it's okay to check in on things as you go along, but you also have to let go a little bit. And that was really hard for me. I would also just say have fun with it, because like I will probably never remodel this kitchen. So if I ever remodel another kitchen, it's gonna be because we move, and honestly I don't know if we'll ever move. So I just tried to soak up like every step and really pick out what I want, and I wanted my personality to shine through this kitchen. And I think you're gonna see that when I show you the kitchen. You're gonna be like, oh, this is very much a Heather Kell kitchen. So a few other things I want to point out. One of the things that was the most fun was picking out our countertops. We got to go to this countertop warehouse and look at all kinds of stones, and that was a lot of fun. And we picked out, this is a quartz countertop. I think it's quartz. Maybe it's quartzite. I don't remember. But it's really pretty. It's white and has gray specks. I'll show it to you up close in a minute. And just a few other things. So that's where we got this. We got our sink. There's actually Veronica, someone who follows me on Instagram, owns a contracting company somewhere else, and she was able to get us our sink at a great price. And it's a Blanco sink, which I'll show it to you guys in a little bit. It's really, really cute. It's really big. I love it. The handles that you see here and our knobs, I got those on Amazon. We went to a hardware store and looked at them, and they were so expensive. And it was like significantly cheaper to order them on Amazon. They're probably not as good quality. Like, you can kind of tell if you touch them that they may not be as nice of quality, but looking at them, you can't really tell. So I'm really pleased with them, and I love how it turned out. Another thing that I did that is going to be a little different, if you watched the video where I showed you guys my inspiration and what I wanted for the kitchen, one thing that I talked about was I wanted an all-white kitchen. And my kitchen is still very white, but it's not all white. And I'm actually glad that I did that. One reason that I changed from my vision of all white is we ended up painting our downstairs all white, and I just felt like it was going to be too white. So I switched from white, a subway towel on the backsplash, to a light gray. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but the backsplash is actually a light gray. And we also switched the color of our island. I'm not sure if you can see it right now in the video, but I'll show it to you in a minute. From white to light gray as well. And I just love how the gray in the island and the gray in the backsplash pull the gray from the countertop all together and just adds another color so that it's not just all white. And of course, the gray also looks great with our stainless steel appliances. So I'm really glad that I made that choice as well. So be flexible. And I honestly made those choices like halfway through the project. And even when we bought the backsplash and we brought it home, I was second guessing, and I almost went back for the white. But I'm really glad I stuck to the gray, because I think it adds a really fun contrast to all of the white. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my notebook up, I'm going to grab the camera, and I'm going to take y'all on a tour of our kitchen. Okay, so here is our kitchen. We did do cabinets all the way to the ceiling, and I love how it turned out. If I back up and show you this, it just really adds, like, it makes it feel so much bigger. So we have our dishwasher over here, some cabinets over here. This is going to be our junk drawer, so it doesn't actually have a lot of stuff in it yet. This has a few storage things. This is our medicine cabinet and cookbooks. This is that big old sink that I was telling you about. It is a Blanco. I don't know if you could tell, but it's actually like a stone sink. So it's not as fragile as some farmhouse sinks. And then this, I let Matthew pick out our faucet. So this is our faucet. It did come with a soap dispenser that you could put in it, but Matthew didn't want that, so I let him go with it. We did also make the decision, this used to be like a normal windowsill. We had that taken out, and we put the countertops both here and here, and I love how that turned out. So this is our really pretty countertops. I got a yellow mixer. Love it. These are so good. They're like So big. They're soft close. I love them. This is our cool cabinet that was supposed to pull out and over. That didn't work out. Instead, we have this that pulls out with our pots and pans, and then this has our lids in it. Okay, this is a pretty cool cabinet here. This is where we store our cookie sheets. So I really love that as well. This is underneath our sink. Nice and neat and organized. Love that. We have these drawers on both sides of the stove. So up here, these are our seasonings. I got this little tray from Amazon that holds those. These are our mittens and kitchen towels. This is my baking drawer. So different baking things. This divider I got from the Container Store. And I like how it just keeps those over there without moving around. And then over here, these are our spatulas and things like that. I got these little compartments from Home Goods. These are cute, aren't they? Our contractor gave us these. They say Kell's Kitchen on them. So cute. And then this is another, these are just like random odds and ends. We have another one of these shelf dividers. I like how it keeps it nice and organized. And then this we have for bigger pots and stuff. Up here, this is where we have our plates and stuff that we eat on. I got these shelves from Home Goods, and it just makes it where you can store more in each section. This is my cute little corner. Got a yellow kettle, yellow utensils with my yellow KitchenAid. Okay, this is our island. So this is gray. I mentioned that in the video. It's light gray, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it is gray. These open on both sides and go all the way through. That way you can really reach into the deep parts and you don't have to worry about like having space that's hard to get to. But these drawers only open on this side, okay? So this is our big one with our utensils. I got this at Home Goods. I got this at Home Goods. And then this one just has like random things in it. And then again, this opens on both sides. Okay, over here, this is like a big pantry pull-out. We really don't have a lot in here yet, but there is lots of room. And then we have another one over here. This has turned into like our dog storage. So dog bowls, dog food. This is like our dog pantry. Then we have these up here, storing some water bottles. I love these little storage things. I got that from Amazon. Then we have these up here. So look how big that cabinet is. It's huge. And then we have this one, storing our blender. And then of course I have this whole row of top cabinets, which a lot of people have asked what I put up there. Up there I have things like Christmas stuff, and just think pie trays. I don't bake a lot of pies. Things we don't use a lot. A punch bowl, all of that kind of stuff is up there. Pantry. So we have a circle staircase in the middle of our house. And the pantry used to be so dysfunctional. It was awful. And so he pulled everything out and he designed me my own pantry. And y'all, it's so perfect now. I love it. So I have this whole section over here. These little corners that are kind of hard to get to, I put these little turntables so that I could still put a lot of stuff but don't have to like reach around. This is my step stool. I use this to help me get to those top cabinets up there. So it's just right here. These I got from Amazon just to hold your brooms. I love those. And then here you can see these are the stairs, and he just built, and this is the curved wall. He built me shelves along the curved wall. I got these baskets from Container Store. I got these from Container Store. So super cute. That is our pantry, and then we have our wine fridge down here. This is our new dining room. Leads right into the kitchen. It's been painted white, new floors. This is Matthew's little coffee bar. He used to keep all this on the island. I told him he could not do that in my new kitchen, so he has a cute little coffee bar. This is that curved staircase I was telling y'all about, and then it leads in here. this is our little hall bath. We weren't planning on redoing, but we had to get new floors in here, so it ended up getting redone as well. Cute little nook. This is our den. And then it leads back over here. We're getting a new table for our kitchen, but it's not here yet. Ignore my ring light, but it leads back into the kitchen. So that is our new kitchen, our new downstairs. I love how it turned out. I've got my yellow accents throughout the downstairs, and I'm really pleased with our team and what they got accomplished. If you're in the DFW area, the contractors we used are Patricia and Gustavo from Our Designs Contracting, and we loved working with them. We're actually planning on hiring them in the fall to redo our master bathroom and closet, so we're really excited to work with them again. I highly recommend them. If you have any questions, if you're trying to do a kitchen remodel, if you want any advice or you want to chat, I'd love to talk more. Be sure to ask any questions you have in the comments. Thank you for coming along on this journey. I hope my planning sheets that I posted in my previous videos help you if you're looking at doing a kitchen remodel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, okay? Thanks for coming along on this journey. If you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And happy planning!